Yo, Stephen. What's up? Hope you liked it. It's honestly, that was. Hello, hello. We're gonna give some people some time to come in here. I have some goodies to show you guys because I know you guys have been wanting to see my early work as far as like how the story developed over the years. So, I have some stuff to show you guys with that. But other than that, how are you guys? Thanks, Courtney. Cool. Oh wait, I forgot you can share this. I'm gonna share this to my story real quick. Oh, never mind, I can't. Thanks, Dad. Yeah, I'm so happy the way it came out because like going into this, I had no plan. Thanks, guys. And it was just something spontaneous, so I was just like, you know what? Let me just try it. I really wish I had seen Kaylee's reaction to it. Hey, Luke, what's up? Cool. Yo, salute. I hope that answered your questions. I remember you said you were confused about the teasers, so I hope the trailer lived up to your your expectations. Word, George. All right, I guess I'll start in like a minute. Brand. All right, so feel free to just throw your questions in there. If you already have some, I'll just scroll up to, you know, to talk about them. What's up, digital? Corey saw it too. Wow. Hello, Tutu. Yo, good looks, George, with that link. Yeah, George, you've been looking out for me like since pretty much the beginning of this process, so I'm really thankful for you. Cool, cool. Word. Yeah, guys. I have huge plans for 2021 that I haven't unveiled yet. I've told some people like as far as like some of the content that's going into it. Like I told my family, and they already know. Like they know that the big news that I haven't revealed yet that's in the works. It's still up in the air, but hopefully, we'll see how it goes. You're right. Here, let me see if I can do that, George. I forgot to say this is my first live, so like I'm totally just doing this off the whim. Oh, Luke, no. That Corey's my like I have a brother named Corey. I don't know if Corey saw it, if like the other Corey, the YouTuber, if he did, that would be cool. But as far as I could see, he wasn't chatting. What's up, Felix? Thanks, George. All right, so I'm going to start by answering the first question that I saw, which was I think, yeah, what anime? Okay, so the anime, or rather, I'll just say in general, the creations that inspired like the creative process per se. I kind of answered this already in my IG stories, but the three pertinent ones I would say are the movie Tron. I know a lot of you guys may have heard of that. Tron Legacy, and that essentially that set the tone for the look of the story as far as like the aesthetic. Like not necessarily saying the futuristic, tech age of it, but the I would say the vibe and the tones of the world itself. Like because Ethos is essentially Earth set in 3030. excuse me. So I wanted to really create a world that could exist in the future, and we're talking about a year that's like 1,000 years ahead of us. So the technology and the world itself would be vastly different than what the human mind could even comprehend, probably. So yeah, Tron, and then also I would say the big inspiration for me was the anime called Fate Stay Night, and mostly because of the story writing and the pacing of how they set the characters in the story. Because Arisen started by, actually I can show you guys real quick. I have it with me. It started with me developing characters. I have some of my sketchbooks that I developed over the years of creating this. I actually lost one too. Like, I'm super upset about it. But we moved a lot, so we can't really help that. But please don't roast me, because my art in the past was, I don't want to say it was horrible, but like it was bad. So all right, here, let me flip the screen. So here's how it started. It was called Burst Cell. You guys should be able to see it. And essentially, how it developed over the years is that it started with this story of being like, it was actually like, it had no story. It was just me just having fun, writing. Maybe one of these days I'll, George, please don't roast me, please. But yeah, maybe one of these days I'll like read this whole entire like story live or something. I don't know. Like, I don't want to read it now because I didn't really plan it. So, but yeah, this is how it started. He was the main character. He's still in the story, but he's not the main character anymore. So yeah, the story developed from me just having fun and creating, comics in general. And as you can see, my art style, Felix, yeah, my art style wasn't that great. We all start somewhere. But you guys can see just how much dedication and drive I had to just keep going, no matter how bad I thought. Well, actually, I thought this was good at the time. I did this in like, I think sophomore year of high school, and I thought this was like pretty good. but as you can see, it's honestly subpar compared to what I do now. And then I'll show you some of the prelim characters as far as like their designs. So this book is fairly recent. I think I made this book, or at least I started drawing this book, I would say, my senior year of high school. I mean, so it's not that recent, but as you can see, my niece, she was writing in this book, so it has history. Burst Cell, that was essentially, you could call it like the pilot of Arisen, and he was actually the original main character. When Burst Cell became Arisen, he was the main character for Arisen. And then I'll show you guys who the main character was for Burst Cell. So this guy, he ended up becoming the main character for Arisen, for obvious reasons that I'll probably do another live stream for. But just to sum up, I started to recognize that the Black community as a whole didn't really have any kind of inspiration to look up to as far as when it comes to comics and just like Marvel and stuff like that in general, and anime. So I remember specifically I had a talk with my sister about my story at the time when it was when Taika was the main character, when this guy was the main character, and she like was wondering, she's like, why is he like, not in like a racist way, but she was saying like, why is he the main character? And I never actually thought about why he was the main character. Like, I just made it because, subconsciously in the world that we live in, that like those kind of characters we usually see in like the spotlight as like the main character. So I believe I was designing around that aspect, like subconsciously. yeah, John. I'm just gonna see, because you guys are typing and I haven't been keeping up. So cool. I using. Oh, dude, yeah. I started with stick figures too, and actually that's how I started with animation. I just did the pivot animation, or I believe it's pivot or pivot. I honestly forgot how to pronounce it. But yeah, and the antagonists you'll see. Well, you won't see the main antagonist, but you'll see some of them. Like you guys will see spoilers honestly because this is like I would say the end development workbook. Um, no, you know what? I'm not going to tell you guys who the antagonist is. I'll let you guys guess based off of their pose because I don't want to spoil anything. Because that was like the main thing I didn't want to do was spoil like content. But I'll show you guys as much as I can. And this guy right here, Takuto, he was the original protagonist for Burst Cell. But then, as you guys know, it changed into ARISEN, and he became. I will say he is not like an antagonist, like a bad guy, but he follows his own like beat to the drum. Like he does his own stuff, so he can be bad if he wants to. Just depends on what his what his motives is. George, I mean, I could be. You never know. Like that's actually interesting. Like the writer being the antagonist of the story somehow. And I will say an interesting aspect that I incorporated to ARISEN. Now look at that like color work. Like that's not skin color. So you guys can see like how my art evolved over the years. But yeah, like these characters are actually inspired by like actual people. So they can be people I know, my friends, friends of other people that I spoke to, and like they like said that hey, it'd be cool if like not that they could be my story, but that like a character could be designed around them. Okay, yeah, Luke, I'll see you later. Thanks for coming, bro. Yeah, remember to keep up with that announcement that I'm doing about future voice acting roles, like for the plan that I have next year, which I'll be dropping probably in December. But I'll remind you. But yeah, stay up. What's up, Roland? Yo, Pearl, what's up? Yeah, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so, well, yeah, wait, actually, what was I talking about? If someone can please remind me. I get sidetracked easily, as you guys can see. Oh yeah, I was talking about the what's it called? The characters and how they came to life. So like these characters, this guy specifically, he's actually based off of one of my best friends from high school. And originally he told me he wanted me to create him for his story. But then, like later on, he said, "Dude, you know what? Just use him for your story." And I was like, "Are you sure?" I was just like, "Are you sure?" And he was like, "Yeah, go for it." Yo, what's up, dude? I'm just showing to catch people up that joined recently. I'm just showing some like background work for. It's kind of spoilers, not really, because you guys don't know like who these characters actually are. And you'll see some of my like just sketch work that I do. But this isn't a sketchwork. This is just a character that I just never got around to coloring. And her design actually changed like a lot. But if you guys typed questions, can you retype them? Because I lost track. I believe I saw more questions, but like then I just went to my like sketchbook. But yeah, this guy, he was in the trailer. I can't really talk much about him because he's multiple people and he's pretty important. So if I tell you guys like who he's like affiliated with, it would spoil like a lot for the story. And he wasn't in the trailer, but he's really important. I'm not going to talk about him, but essentially he's like the overseer of a lot of the I guess you call them cities, because you guys aren't familiar with the terms of ARISEN. Well, I'm not gonna say anything. He could be. I mean, you never know. You never know. Yeah, George, exactly. Ask again later. You trust me. You guys will. There are so many surprises that I can't wait to unveil. Like, you guys will. A lot of these characters that you think are, allies or like good people. Like, you guys are gonna be shocked. Honestly, like the way I write is pretty. Not weird, but different. Like a lot of what I do is I think about what people would expect, and then I do the complete opposite. And apparently, because I do that, it doesn't. Well, wait, no, Stephen, you didn't get me because I didn't say whether he was a. Oh wait, hold up. No, I see what you're saying, but no, you didn't get me. But nah. I will say up front, he's not an antagonist. Just to appease your minds, he's he's not the antagonist. But probably because I'm like going back and forth to him, you guys probably think he is. So let me just keep going. But yeah, these are really old designs. Like this guy, he got a complete rehaul for like his character. Thank you. And as you can see, like these are just like sketches I was doing, like just learning the body and the figure. This sketchbook isn't really full. Like it has some pages that like are random. I know I have like other characters in here too, so let me flip there real quick, and I'll answer a few more questions because I have to study for an exam. So, yeah, I'll probably stay on for about another like half hour or so, maybe like probably like till 8 p.m. Eastern. George, well, oh yeah, I should probably talk about the masks because I've gotten so many funny comments about like the masks on these characters, like people actually wondering like if they're important. And I'll tell you guys that they're super important for certain characters. George, these pieces aren't digitized actually. These are like I didn't like scan them in afterwards after I drew them and like mess with them. Like this is when like I had no knowledge of like digital art. This is just when I had my markers, which are right here, as you can see, the Prisma markers. And then yeah, I just went for it. um yeah, the times that we're living in, the masks. Oh yeah, dude, you were the person that said that the mask that for Rikio looked like the Toby guy from Naruto. And I was like, and then when you said that, I was like, dang, you're actually right. But it's funny, like I know some artists who like they take offense to that, and I used to be one of those people like that would be like, no, I gotta be like super original. But now I'm just like, like the stuff that we absorb as far as information, like we don't know like what subconsciously influences our these are some shoes. What subconsciously influences our our inspirations. So like now it's kind of a compliment to me because like Naruto is really like popular, and it's doing well. Yeah, Prisma John. And this is a piece I didn't finish. It was supposed to be like a Dragon Ball Z piece. But as you can see, I never finished it. But I did finish. Yeah, Hollows. I did finish this piece. This one is super old. But I did this. This is probably like my most ambitious piece I did in high school. If you guys know JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I was super like just into it. So I decided to do this like whole, I guess you could say, memoriam for like a lot of the parts. Like you see Dio, and honestly, it's been a while since I watched this show, so and I don't really recognize these silhouettes honestly because my art style wasn't that great. But we have Dio. I believe this is the first Dio from part one. I think this is Cars. This is Pet Shop, and then we got what's his name? Actually, I didn't post this. Maybe I'll post this just to give you guys like some insight on my old work because I did some really cool stuff back then, but like I just forgot. But yeah, I forgot his name. He was the guy that blew up people. And then in this corner is part 5, I believe. But like as you guys can see, you can barely see him. And then we got JoJo. Well, the first JoJo, Jonathan. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I would say back then, like I was really experimental with colors as far as like when it came to the markers. Like I really wanted to create things that were outside my comfort zone, and those markers really helped push my limits. And then honestly, when I went to digital, I feel like that maybe put me in a box, which is why, as you guys can see, recently I've been doing more traditional art to really break that boxed habit that I believe that I developed. Um, oh yeah, it would be cool to do a Arisen Joe. I actually, dude, I might do like a fan art piece for Arisen and JoJo. Like if one of my characters were in Luke, yo, Luke, what's up? um, but yeah, I might do a fan art for that just to, see how it goes. Um, how you been, bro? It's been a while. Sorry for this little one-on-one, guys. I haven't seen this guy well, aside from COVID, I haven't seen him in months. But if you guys have other questions, feel free to throw them in there because um, I kind of got off track. But this is kind of what I wanted to do was show you guys the history of like just my art style in general. As you guys can see, like I did a lot of Smash work. You got Captain Falcon. Yo, what's up, Kendrick? We got. I think this is a sketch for I believe the Smash team for my college, which is pretty cool. Um, oh, dude, the video already dropped, Kendrick. It dropped at 7, so when you get off, you can watch the video. Yo, thanks, Luke. How did you stay? Oh, dude, how did I stay motivated? Dang, that's a big one because like I'll tell you guys like the amount of like not like relapses, but a lot of like the doubt that I developed over the years it's been a roller coaster. Like it takes a lot to stay dedicated to not only your story, but what you want to tell in your story. It's like because Arisen and as a whole, like it's not just for entertainment purposes. Like I have a real meaning for behind why I'm doing it, which I won't talk about right now because I really want to do it when I have a planned layout for live. Like this is something spontaneous that my friend George acts. But yeah, like staying dedicated. Like I had nights where not that I wanted to quit, but I was asking myself, why am I doing this? Because like it's a lot. Like I'll tell you guys, like it looks easy, but like the amount of just effort and like dedication that you have to not just create something like Arisen, but just like a creative like story in general. Like it takes a lot of effort and like self motivation because like there were nights where I was just asking the Most High like, why do you want me to do this? Like I'm doing all this work, and this is when like I was really I wanted. Not that I want to be popular, but I was thinking that I was doing like a lot of good work, but for some reason it wasn't catching traction. And I was really thinking like, is this even worth it? Because like it wasn't getting, popularity. But then like over the recent years, talking to the Most High and like he's been working on me as a person, like in general, like just the growth that I see in Arisen, it's reflective of myself, honestly, because like the stuff that I don't tell people about that I go through, it's insane. But I don't want people to worry about me because like I got it handled. Like honestly, I'll say that it can be difficult for some people to handle their their battles and stuff like that. But he's developed I've developed a relationship with him, like, and he's just helped me get through a lot of the internal battles that I have that I've had over the years. And I'm still going through like everyone's going through battles, like not just me. But the important thing is that you recognize that no matter how many times you fall, the important thing is that you know that if you fall on your back, then you can get back up. But if you fall on your face, then you can't see what's up ahead. You're kind of giving up. So that's how I look at it. It's like even if I fall, I can still see what's ahead of me, and that's what drives me to still create. Is that I know that I can't be knocked down and down for the count. So I hope that answered your question for thanks, Courtney. Thanks, guys, for motivation. Seems like you're seeing more self. Yeah. Yo, James, what's up? Yeah, all right. I'm just gonna look through these comments real quick. Yeah, Luke, make sure you check out that video. I mean, I hope you like it because I know you're super critical. um, but yeah, no, I think you'll enjoy it. But please don't, don't roast me because that video. I'll tell you guys that whole process of me making that video took. I want to say I started in March, so it took like 9 months for me to actually, make the storyboards, create create the environments because like I did some 3D modeling, and that took like I had zero experience. Like I had some experience with 3D modeling, but that took like a lot of like self learning with YouTube videos and like that took real dedication because like I honestly I was just like why am I doing 3D models? But I knew that I needed to do them just to like have certain parts of the story flow. Because of the 2D backgrounds that I do, they needed to have some type of 3D maneuver or maneuvers around the environment. So I had to instead of like drawing like frames of the environment rotating, I just I sucked it up in and not animated modeled like environments. Design's better or setting? What do you mean by design's better or the setting? Do you like drawing? Oh, never mind. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Um, Personally, I like to draw. I would say, well, recently I've grown to love drawing like landscape environments. Like a lot of my recent work, as you guys can see, like I incorporate some natural, approaches to the art style that I do. Like I'll show you guys. Um, like if you know Final Fantasy and all that, that's a pretty big inspiration for me. Um, but it's blurry. But you guys, you've seen this already. Um, so I incorporated a lot of like whimsical feels and like water. You got some leaves, and then you got the antagonist, the guy that you're saying is the antagonist. You can't see him, um, but yeah. So yeah, I would say I like to draw landscapes more than characters. Let's see. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Oh, dude, my PC, like, dude, oh my gosh, my family knows like the sheer limit that I put my laptop through. Like, they, I remember one time, not just like me in general, but like some of the stuff that was happening to my equipment, like it was just insane. Like my laptop got super slow. Okay, yeah, all right, Dad, I'll see you guys. Thanks. um, But yeah, like my sister knows what happens, or what happened. I'm not gonna tell you guys about the thing that she did, but it was funny when it happened. Like my laptop took a beating externally and internally through me animating. Like it was going super slow, and there was a lot of lag. And one time, like something happened, and are you sure you want me to expose you? Because like I'll feel bad, but I don't know if you're okay with that. Like low key, 'cause I know how you are. Um, okay, so what happened was you guys see this chalk or not chalkboard, the whiteboard that I have here. So what happened was I guess she was sitting in this area below, and, and she knocked over this like I think she like tilted it over, and my laptop it was sitting in this exact same spot, and then when it fell, it completely like just demolished the HDMI and like the cord, and then on the back of this TV right here that I have on like my actual TV. Um, like the wire got stripped from the back and completely damaged that TV. So like it took out my whole workstation essentially. It was pretty funny. Um, yeah, George, it was remarkable. But you know, yeah, he, the other thing that was funny from this is that I thought that my laptop was broken because for some reason, like the cursor it was like lagging. And it just turned out that one of my settings in my pen tablet like just messed up the whole time. I thought that my laptop was broken, and they were already amped to yeah, yeah, dude. This whole process that I did with this animation was held together by duct tape. Like it was truly a journey. Like, but like I was expecting problems along the way. I wasn't expecting things to happen like that per se. But it's great. Yo, Designs, what's up? All right, let me see if I had any other questions real quick. Yeah, George, Amino style, like I really adore it. Like I had the whole year of studying his style at my college. Or not my style, or studying his style at my college because they had his art book there. So I decided to just like go to the library some of the days and literally spend nights just redrawing his stuff traditionally. And I actually did like a post about that, I believe, like last month, where I showed you guys some of the sketches that I did. But yeah, that's why like some of my recent work, like as far as like my traditional work, um, is a really strong appeal to Final Fantasy in general and Amino style. Um, oh gosh. Okay. So we got two good questions from Felix and Stephen. Um, so yeah, how many chapters do I foresee? I would honestly, Felix, I would say that 1,000 is a reasonable number because like there are some deleted scenes from that trailer as far as like the me developing the storyboard and all that. That as you guys, well, I don't know if you guys knew, but that trailer was a total of 8 minutes and 18 seconds. Um, but originally it was going to be long, like not like longer by choice, but I noticed that as I was completing scenes, it was just getting longer and longer. And I was like, dude, I'm about to make a whole episode. but um, but yeah, I was just like, let me cut some scenes out because that portion that you guys saw is honestly, I would say, only half of the first arc, as far as like seasons for people who don't know what arcs are. Um, they're essentially seasons in comic terms or manga terms. Um, but yeah, that whole trailer is essentially half of the first arc, and then the second half picks off after that. So it was a lot. Like I had to pick and choose which parts of the story that I wanted to throw in there, and on top of that, I had to compensate for some of the characters that I couldn't get voices for because um, Stephen actually told me about this. I didn't know until after I like was getting done with the animation, but Twitter is like a hot spot for voice actors. But I only promoted the voice acting role or like the call out on Instagram. Um, so it's shortened my pool. Yo, what's up? It shortened my pool for the voice actors that I could have had. So I potentially could have had a lot of the key actors that I needed for certain characters to really help with the fluidity of the trailer, but I had to compensate, which as you guys probably noticed that like some of the parts in the trailer um, are pretty like wishy washy. Uh, but did the best I could, you know, because that's my whole reason for doing the trailer was that I wanted to do everything that I could now without like utilizing other resources because not to just save money, but just to test my limits as a person because I honestly I love animation in general. So I just thought, why not like just try it myself? If even if it didn't work out, I would know early in the stage and I would just backtrack and pull out the comic. Um, but yeah, for chapters, 1,000 is reasonable just because of how much not that I want to cover, but what needs to be covered. And trust me, it'll make sense when you guys see, how the story progresses as a whole. Like, there's a lot of key aspects that I want to explain, or not like explain, but um, that the characters are going to live through that need to be explained. Because I don't like a lot of the anime that I see nowadays, or not just anime, but some of the manga. Like, they put in concepts that they're interesting, but they don't go in depth with explaining why it's there or like what the importance of it is. And I want to make sure that in Arisen that everything is not perfect, but it makes sense, because I don't want to say like, hey, this guy can turn into a tree or something, and then like I'd never reveal how he's able to do it, that kind of stuff. Or like I show a potential bad guy, and then he doesn't show up for the rest of the chapters. like I've seen that in the manga where they showed a potential like antagonist. I wish I could remember the name, but essentially they showed, yeah, exactly. They showed like a mysterious backstory or like some kind of like something that would pique your interest, but they don't go in depth with it or like show any importance to it. Like it's just like why put it in the story in the first place. But yeah, 1,000 chapters are reasonable. And for Stephen, what did he ask? I believe. Oh yeah, the anime. So that is actually a very important question, because that actually goes into it goes with what I have planned for next year, which if Stephen knows about it, and so does my family, because I told them about it and I told him about it because I want him to be the musician or one of the composers for the actual anime. So he knows about like everything that I have planned for the animation. So essentially, I'll just say this: I reached out to a little bird, and the bird gave me a message that I need to reach out to a different, bigger bird, and then that bird gave me another message, and now I'm in contact with an even bigger bird than I had no plans of even coming into contact with these people. It just like naturally happened, which is honestly awesome to me, and that shows me how the Most High, His will is working, with how things are progressing. But essentially, that big bird that I have, like that I'm in communication with right now. At least one of the ways that the anime could come about is through that big bird. But the other way that the animation is going to come out is that I'm going to, well, either way, I'm going to do it. Angry bird. Yeah, dude, no, they're Stephen knows they're really, it's a big bird. Like, I had no idea like that like something like that was even going to happen. But the fact that like Arisen piqued their interest in general, like, I mean, I saw it coming low key because my grandmother always said that big bird, like she saw me working with that big bird, but I just never, honestly, I never believed it, because like at the time, like I didn't honestly favor that big bird at all. Like I was just like, why would I work there? But it was honestly over the years, like I just started to notice that they're Felix, did you figure it out? Well, I don't think you did, because I just said Big Bird. Unless like I accidentally spoiled something, because like I was trying so hard whenever I said Big Bird not to say the actual like thing. But yeah, my grandmother, she always said that she would saw me working with them, and I was, then like over the years, like it slowly became real in my mind, especially after she passed away, because I started like thinking about a lot of the conversations that I had with her. Now, Zach, you didn't miss anything. Yeah, good looks, Felix, because like I thought that somehow you got the name of whatever I was talking about through Big Bird, and I was like, how? It was like, out of all of the things in the world, how did you do that? But Spielberg, nah, dude. Oh gosh, if it is Spielberg, then you'll know for sure. But you do see me. I see what you did there, Stephen. You got it. But yeah, for my other plan for it becoming an actual anime, I'm actually in the cusp of making my own animation studio. Like I've been doing like a lot of like short interest posts, I guess you could say, like showing like some of the research that I'm doing, like for potential, um, not just prospects, but my plan in general for getting promoted, and going in person to promote, not only Arisen, uh, but my business. So what I told the voice actors that portion already because I wanted to bring them. Well, I want to bring them both into the Big Bird plan, um, or the entrepreneurship route. Uh, but yeah, so essentially, I'll be making my own animation studio, and for now, my plan with that is to uh, essentially, if I do go that route and hire animators, because my reason behind doing it is because I've seen the amount of compensation that animators get, not just in Japan, but in the U.S., and you only really get paid when you only get paid if you're like who's a big animator, like if you're a Nakamura, or like even in the U.S., like some of these animators, like you only get paid decently when you're known. But a lot of the like really like interesting animation like specs that I've seen, like the storyboards and the overall animation, oh gosh, you guys have so many puns. But yeah, a lot of the stories and like animations that I've seen, the animators that actually do those scenes, surprisingly aren't the really renowned animators. They're usually a group of small animators that collaborate together to create like really like elaborate and beautiful scenes, honestly. But like these animators don't get paid fairly for their work, and the companies, they even like low key like say why, but like in a really condescending way. Um, because like I know one of the reasons for, I'm not gonna say like what company because I don't want to like gaslight anyone, but like one of the companies said that the only reason why they don't like compensate fairly, no, like they didn't say like compensate fairly, but the reason why like some animators don't get sufficient pay is because they're putting the bulk of their funds into advertising, and advertisements, yeah, they're important, but at what point should an average animator be paid like $500 a month for their work, but then like this business is making like millions of dollars for their animations, and they can't, they can't pay their workers fairly. Like that makes no sense to me. And like advertisements, yeah, they're important, but like if you're already renowned in the business, like people are gonna know about what you're developing. So the advertisements will just like they'll be organic. Like people will just say like hey, check this out, or they're already fans of it because they know the manga. But yeah, that's my reasoning for doing the entrepreneurship route, is because I want people to not just be compensated fairly, but I want a healthy work environment, because little do I know, like a lot of the people, like there were some people that commented on my work, like telling me like how inspirational I am, as far as like saying, like they see me doing all this work and they don't know how I'm doing it, or at least they, yo Diane, what's up? But yeah, they don't know how I'm doing it. I'm glad you made it back. Wait, did you make it back safely from Hawaii? I hope you did. Or no, you're on the plane tonight, aren't you? I remember you said you're on the plane tonight. Uh, but yeah, exactly. Know your value. But yeah, like I'm inspirational to people that I don't even know, and it's just because like I'm doing art, and so I'm just like, if I can, bring in an audience, not just audience, but like people in general who aren't, I don't want to say struggling in life, but like life is, they're in a battle with life and in their internal battles, and because of what I'm doing as far as my art, it's giving them the drive to fight back against, for lack of a better term, their demons. Then by all means, I want to do even greater than just make art. Like I want to make a whole community around Arisen, not around me, but around Arisen. So like everything that I do in life when it comes to creativity, like I always try to incorporate Arisen, because that is what inspires people to like essentially fight back. Um, but yeah, that. Oh, sorry. I have so many alarms set because I had a work schedule for my the trailer. Like I had like I think 10 alarms throughout the day, just like for breaks and just like for working on scenes because I had a timeline for how many like how much time I spent on scenes. I wanted like to not spend too much time or not spend too little time. And for me, like I can get so engrossed with making art that I can spend like too much time on like really small stuff. Like it could be like it could be like a hair follicle or like the line work of hair, like the stroke. Like if I don't like the stroke, like, I would just keep going back and forth with like Control Z. um, but yeah, I had to make an actual schedule. So let me see if I had any questions because I know Stephen. I just answered Stephen's, and I know I saw one after that, but yeah, I would say thanks for joining, guys. Because like honestly, like I didn't. Not that I want to say I wasn't confident about the live, but like it was a really spontaneous choice because George was like, dude, you gotta, you gotta put yourself out there. You gotta do it live because you're gonna have to answer questions in the future to even bigger audiences. So I was like, you know what, like I might as well like do it because and also I want to understand who's actually seeing my work and liking it. Like as much as I would like to stay in my shell. Like I want to actually get to know you guys a little bit more than just me posting artwork and like getting likes and comments. Like comments are good too because like I get some interaction, but like this interaction I'm having with you guys with the live, I actually like this a lot more. So I guess that was just me pitching in that I might do more lives in the future. Or not that I might, that I will do more lives in the future. And I'll let you guys know ahead of time when I do. Like I'll have like set plans for like topics and what I want to talk about, or just not just like talking, but maybe I'll show like some of my work that I do. Like I'll get a phone doc where I can, display my screen for you guys to see what I'm working on, or just in general. If I'm working on like a page for the comic, because I'll be doing that a lot in the coming weeks. Like you'll see a lot of comic page posts of me, promoting the art, so you guys can see like what the story is about and the artwork itself. So you'll probably stop seeing a lot of the concept work that I've been doing. So yeah, I saw a question. Oh, okay. So George. Oh, okay. That was a really. I've been thinking about that a lot lately. And animation is fun. Don't get me wrong. Um, but for me I would have to like what I plan on doing is sitting down for a whole month and really studying animation, because when I was doing this trailer, it was just me. I was bringing in some of the already technical, like as far as like the art style and like how to animate. I was just thinking about how would I draw this if it was just this image, not necessarily thinking about the animation as a fluid process. Because as some of you guys know, like animation is you draw like cells, and then those cells turn into frames, and then that creates the animation. So you draw like let's say, for instance, I'll show my my really trash old work of birth cell. So let's say that like let's say I wanted to animate this guy, right? Honest, I forgot what I named him. But yeah, let's say I want to animate him. And I wanted to like the me noun. I want to animate him. What I would do is that I would essentially just draw, let's say like this part here, like forget this arm up here. I would just draw like this right here. And then, I mean, what I'm talking about is keyframes. So I would draw this frame, and then I would draw like that frame, but like there would be in-betweens. But I completely forgot that in-betweens are just as important to the animation as keyframes. So a lot of the trailer animation that you guys saw, that's pretty much, I would say it's mostly keyframes. Like now that I'm thinking about it, because like I really should have looked into like how to animate, but I didn't because I just wanted to see what I could do. Um, so yeah, like if I do animate in the future, I'm gonna take some time to really understand the craft itself. Because I think that will also improve like the quality of not just the animation, but my artistic style. You in the future animation or not future animations in the future live streams that I do, you guys are gonna see me stuttering like off the rim. So be ready for that. But yeah, I'm gonna learn more about the process, and I will say I will be doing more trailer animations for each arc. Like I think I told George or someone about this. I was talking to somebody, and I told them that for like future arcs, I plan to animate a trailer for each at the beginning of each arc. I will animate a single trailer. So like the trailer that you guys saw, um, I'll be doing seven more of those. So like thinking about it, I'm excited, but like thinking back to the whole process of like this first one, I was just like I'm gonna need help because like yeah, I completed the trailer, but like honestly, as far as like the quality of the art style for animation I've been that actually I tried to attempt because like if you guys know the Ufotable uh company and like what's some other ones like I forgot Map Studio Mappa. I really like their style when I was trying to replicate that. But obviously, like I could only do so much because they have like a whole team. I'm just one person. But I tried my best to give. Yo, Isaac, what's up? But yeah, I tried my best to give you guys like what I could give you. Like you guys, like me telling you now, I gave you guys my absolute best. Like I'm not ashamed to say that like, oh, like I could have done better. Like the what you guys saw is what I knew, or not that I knew, because I didn't even know I could do that. Honestly, some of the stuff that I did in the trailer, like it was just growth over time because I had no clue how the trailer was going to come out. Um, but yeah, like as a finished product, you guys know that was my absolute like best. uh, and I'll just continue to grow. So let me see. Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for the support for real. Okay, so I think. Oh well, okay. I'll answer Stephen's question and help because I'm going a little over and I have to study for for an exam. Um, here we go. So Stephen asks, "You plan to make any other mediums for Arisen site?" Oh, dude, you already know. You already know. Like Arisen is more than just like a comic in a a TV show. Like it I have so many plans with Arisen itself that like uh it's exciting to think about. Like obviously I plan to have a video game. As far as like the genre, as for for it being like an RPG or an MMO or you know like because Arisen also has like some sports in quotes aspects and also like racing aspects as well with the hoverboard races that go on in the story. Like you guys will be seeing some of my hoverboard racings. Yeah, yeah, never, yeah, guys, never despise small beginnings because like they'll take you far for real. Um, but yeah, so I don't get sidetracked. Yeah, I plan to draw not draw. I plan to come out with video games. I don't have a real plan for what genre. I At least for now, I know for a fact that I want to make an MMO because the structure of no, stop, no, for real. Stevens is the last question. But yeah, I plan to make an MMO because the structure of the story itself and like what you can do as far as like with an MMO like mechanic honestly it's immeasurable because like I'm for me I have a Final Fantasy 14 account. Like I play that every so often, when I have breaks, and like I do enjoy MMOs, but like I just see a real lack for like yeah they have a lot of content, but why I play Final Fantasy 14 above like even just regular video games in general, unless like you know, like WWE. That's well before they like tanked because 2K messed up. For people who play WWE or 2K games. There's a stutter again. 2K games in general. Um, yeah, no, James, I tried Black Desert, um, but that game is just too grindy. Like, I honestly, the old me I would play, but just because my priorities are in different places right now, I can't. I can't get lost in the game. like, as much as I want to, like I love grinding. Like that's why I play Warframe, with Warframe, it's less of a it's less tedious to grind because like it's more of how I want to play at my own pace. Um, oh, yo, from Peru, that's dope. Thank you. But yeah, with Black Desert, like you if you want to compete with other people in PvP, because I love PvP. Like as the PvP aspect, I really love. Um, but with Black Desert, you gotta you gotta keep up. Yo, Braulio, what's up? Like you gotta keep up with the player base itself. Like if you don't play that game, especially if you're a PvP fanatic, if you don't play that game like almost religiously, like you're gonna get lost. It's like you're gonna like take so many L's if you try PvP unless you pay for the game obviously. Um, and for me, like I'll put money out for a game if the content is good, or I can't get the content from grinding. Essentially, if I know I can't get it for free, and if it doesn't take long to get it for free, then I'll just do it because you know not that I just save more money, but I have fun personally from grinding mobs and stuff like that, so I'll do it. But yeah, with Black Desert, you gotta if you wanna like gank people, you gotta put in work, and it's a fun game. But just right now with Arisen and everything that I plan to do, it's either be like the top PvP player in a video game that's probably gonna die out in like a few years, at least in my lifetime, or come out with something that even though personally I don't like to say that like I want to make an impact on the world because like the way I see it, like I'm just making Arisen because I like it. Like the impact will come naturally, but I'm just more dedicated to the process itself of like creating this story, um, and stuff like that. So yeah, it's either big top PvP player or just or be the best that you can be as a person. And I value myself way more than a video game. So yeah, so to answer your question, Steven, yes, I plan to come out with video games, um, and whatever content as far as like stuff that I don't know about, if it works in the future, as far as if it works for Arisen, it'll become that concept. So if it's like like a I don't know, like a dartboard. I don't know, like I'll make an Arisen dartboard or something. but yeah, like there's no limits to me to what it can be. And with that, I will end it because I went 13 minutes over. Sorry for guys that are just joining because like I didn't plan to stay on this long, but I was having a lot of fun just talking to you guys about Arisen because I don't really talk about Arisen that much, unless it's like with my family members and like some of my friends. But yeah, talking to you guys and showing you guys like the history behind it and some of my old art stuff, it was really fun for me. So yeah, I'll update you guys when I do more future posts. Um, word, bro. If I come up with dartboards, like I'm gonna make a whole sport around it somehow. just with, but it's got to be Arisen dartboards. If it's not Arisen dartboards, it's not darts. Um, yeah, thanks, John. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that trailer. I'll probably post it on IG as well, in the IGTV stories. Oh, and Stephen, because you're here, I want to ask if I can post your trailer because guys, Stephen also came out with a really phenomenal trailer that you guys need to see. If you guys, and what I was going to ask is that if I could post it to my IGTV page so that people can just see it. But if you don't want me to, then you can direct these people to your page because like you guys need to see his Purpose trailer. He's coming out with a video game that you guys like. He's doing like phenomenal work. Like I can't even like talk about it. You just gotta see it. Like honestly. All right, word. So I'll be posting his trailer, probably around the same time that I post the trailer from YouTube as far as like, with ARISEN. So you guys can, for people who didn't see it on YouTube, they'll be able to see it on IG, and they'll also see Stephen's trailer, which honestly, it's better than mine. Honestly, like not just for visuals, but for the way it paced. Like he was able to really communicate what his story was about with just like, and he did have voice actors, but like I believe his voice, the important voices, like the lines, were near the end of the trailer. So yeah, that's amazing. Like honestly, like I didn't know how I was gonna do that. Yeah, dude, for sure. You can go ahead and post it if you want. No, I'm not no hate. Dude, I love doing that with the emojis. Like just making my own emojis from emojis. Like it's awesome. Yo, Maya, what's up? Yo, I'm so dang it. Like now people are joining because I'm actually about to end because I got to study for an exam. But I'll be doing more lives in the future because I really. Oh wait, IG Live has a. Oh shoot, I'm sorry guys. I didn't know IG Live had like a question thing. So I have all these questions in like the oh shoot. Guys, I messed up. So I have to make it. Well, the other reason why I have to go is because my phone's about to die. So like it's at 18%. But here I'll see if I can answer any. Well, so yeah, some of these questions I already answered. Who are your dream? Oh, dude, see, dang, I want to answer these questions, but oh man. Okay, so I'll just answer them real quick because I really. I'm sorry, yo, Courtney. You already know. I'm sorry. Yeah, I got to speed run them. Okay, so I'll start with the ones I can answer quick. So James asked, "Who are your dream casts for the characters? Like if you could get anyone. Like so, if I could get anybody, that means like no holds bar. People, yeah, exactly a drive by. Like if I can get anybody." Let me not get. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I gotta do more lives. This is fun. But yeah, okay. So if I could have anybody for a voice for any of my characters, I'll give 3. So let me see. I need pictures now. You guys want to see like their old designs? These aren't updated ones, as you guys already know. Like I showed the book. So if I get a voice actor for him. Well, not him. No, not him. I'm sorry. Where? Here, I'm gonna have to like go to my Instagram. Shoot. Okay. If I get a voice actor for Takuto, it would be I forgot his name. I think it's Isaya. But it would be the guy from Attack on Titan, Eren. That either Eren or Levi for Takuto, just because his character is like I believe like I really want to see Issei, if that's his name. I'm sorry if anyone knows it and I'm like just making your nerves just go crazy and you're seeing red, but Issei, I just want to see like an Eren, and we're gonna see an antagonist type Eren soon because Attack on Titan is going down a pretty dark route and it's in its final phases in the manga. But yeah, I want to see Eren's character with like not like a darker, I would say not like a darker voice tone, but like a more playful like Joker type influence. Because I would say like this guy is like a combination And I told Felix about this when he was asking me about. Um, oh no, not the dub. I would like for him. He only knows Japanese. Like that's something that I didn't tell. Actually, I didn't tell you, Felix. Um, but this guy, he only knows Japanese. So like obviously he would have like subtitles under the screen whenever he would talk. Um, because I want to keep some of these characters authentic as far as like if they don't know a different language and they're living in a different part of the world, then I want to keep it authentic to that character. Unless like some point in the story they actually learn English or like any other language. I want to keep it authentic. Yeah, Isia or what's the guy? The Levi voice actor. And this is like a horrible speed run. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. No, I'll leave it at that because like I didn't really actually think about that per se, and there are some characters that I haven't shown you guys that I do know what kind of voice actors I want for them, but I would just be spoiling not the story but like the character reveals and stuff like that. So yeah, that's that question. And for the next one, do you ever get asked to do commissions? If so, how much do you charge? So that's actually a funny question because what's it called? A lot of people think that I get a lot of commissions, and like to be completely honest with you, the last like commission, like real commission that I had was I can actually show you guys. Like I did this book, this children's book. I hope I grabbed the right one because there's like yeah I did. Okay, so I did this children's book for my cousin. I illustrated the images for this. It's called Cadence Chronicle, or not the the brand is called Cadence Chronicles, but the actual story that I did is called My Mind Is a Milkshake, and I illustrated all the images in here while I was working on the trailer. So this is my like actual real commission, and this book, cool enough, is going to be in it's going to be in the school districts for wherever. Like she didn't tell me, but like she told me that it's going to be in a school district, so like kids are going to be reading this, which is it's awesome to me. But yeah, I made this book. I'm trying to like show it as best as possible. That was horrible. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, you guys got the point. Like this is my real commission, my real first commission. Hey, what's up? This is my real first, not first commission, but like my recent commission. But as far as like other commissions that I've done, like I'll tell you guys, I've only done, like I can say I've only done a total of like under 20 like actual paid commissions. And a lot of people get surprised by that because like they like they really enjoy my art. So like whenever I tell them that like I've only done like 10 commissions or something, and that's like over the course of like my life. So like I mean like my advice for you guys is like for the person that asks that is don't worry about getting commissions, because like for some people, yeah, you like making money for commissions, it's realistic, but like I would say for me, like personally, it's not realistic because yo Jack, what's up? It's not realistic because not only is my market not there yet, but more people are interested in ARISEN than like me doing individual like commissions. But I do believe like once I start to release more ARISEN work, and like as the chapters pick up and people get interested in the story, if I do advertise myself with doing commissions, then that'll just come naturally. Yeah, I'm doing good, Jack. I'm actually about to end it. I was supposed to end like 20 minutes ago. And my phone's at 10% too, so this is like a double a double whammy on my part. So yeah, so I do for that question, I do commissions, and I do have a commission like template or like a price range that I have for myself. And my best advice for you for how much to charge is to don't shortchange yourself. If you believe your artwork is worth $1 million, go ahead and do it. Like if you gotta have the worth of yourself. You gotta know your own worth. And that's how I go, And Jack, yeah, definitely, bro. I'm glad that you're gonna watch it because like I think you'll like it. At least I hope you do. I hope you like it. But yeah, no, you're good. You're good. You're good. I think a lot of the people that are gonna watch it, I noticed that they started to come like after 7 p.m., which like that was just bad timing on my part because I just thought that 7 p.m. was a good time to do the premiere. But if I do, well, not if, for the next trailer for the next arc, which will be like 2022 probably. I don't know. It'll be like whatever year I do the next trailer for, I'll set it up better. Like this is like a really good test run for future stuff. And the last question from the same person is, which software do you use? Okay, which software do you use for animating? Oh boy, so I thought I was going to be able to answer this fast, but I'll just try. What's up, Shakir? So yeah, the animation or the software that I use for animation, it'll probably change over the years once I learn more about animation. But I use a total of 5, and that's really drastic. I use 5 animation, like as far as like the whole process of me animating. And some people in my comment section like ask me that question a lot, and they even DM me and asking about my process. So I'll probably do like some tutorial videos on YouTube that you guys can watch. I mean, honestly, I don't know why anyone would want to know my process because it's not the best. Like, honestly, like the only reason why my trailer looked okay was just because like I already had a good grasp on art in general and like creating. So like that covered up all of my animation, my unknown animation knowledge that I had. so I just got lucky. But my animation process, I don't think it's really realistic because like it just takes so much. But just to give you guys an idea, I use OpenTunes for like doing the actual animation. Like I storyboard traditionally, so I draw out the storyboard on like a piece of paper, and then I go into the OpenTunes studio and just draw out the cells of the actual animation. So I lay out the keyframes. Then I'll do in between stuff like that. So I lay out the skeleton of the animation, and then after that I export the JPEGs of the cells and put them into an illustration software. The illustration software that I use is Medibang Paint, Medibang Paint Pro, and that might change over the years because I'm interested in using Procreate, but we'll see. But yeah, I use that. But any kind of illustration studio is I think it'll work out, but that's just my preference for now. What I do is I handle the cells how I would handle a 2D creation. So I draw out the line work how I would draw out like a 2D illustration like this, like the one that I just posted. Even though it's traditional, I'll go back and gosh, it's blurry, but you guys get the idea. I'll do the line work for the actual character or like whatever I'm drawing in that illustration software. And then for backgrounds, the backgrounds depend on the scene. So some backgrounds I do have 2D, like I'll draw out the 2D. I'll draw it out in 2D. So like I'll do the coloring and stuff like that beforehand before I do the actual like animation process because I already know what I want the scene to look like. But if there's a lot of movement in the animation, then I have to do the animation first and then do the background. And even then, like I think, yeah, I told you guys, like if you guys don't remember, I did some of the backgrounds in like 3D modeling for Cinema 4D. So it's like a lot of decision making with that. It's a really weird process. So I use OpenTunes illustration or any illustration studio, but mine is Medibang Paint. I hate saying that because it's like a tongue twister. And then I also use After Effects for like, but that's for like after I do like the coloring and the animation for like the actual scene. Like that's like doing touch-ups and like making it look great and like elaborate. It's like that's like your dramatic lighting and stuff like that. Like I will say, what's it called? Magic Bullet Works. That whole like plugin is amazing for doing like the final touches for your your scenes, like that was carrying me the whole trailer. Like the trailer creation, that was carrying me. If you guys can see like pre Magic Bullet works, then you guys will see like just how it wasn't looking bad, but like it was looking bad. If you guys know what I mean. So yeah, I use After Effects, OpenTunes, Medibang Paint, and then of course like Premiere Pro for video editing. Then there's one other one that I honestly forgot, but like this is why I say my process is horrible. Gosh, After Effects. What is it? I really can't remember. Right? Maybe it's just because I'm trying to beat my time because I only have like 3% on my phone. but you guys will see the whole process. I'm gonna do videos on YouTube and I'll upload them on Instagram for IGTV. So yeah, you guys will definitely see everything that went into making the trailer. I'll show some deleted scenes that I didn't put into the trailer. I wish I did, honestly, but obviously some of the voice actors for that scene I couldn't get, so I had to cut it out. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that, and I'll see you guys for the next live. I'll put out an announcement about it like beforehand. I don't know what I'm gonna do in the future, but at least for like lives, but I'll plan it out and I'll let you guys know. So thanks for watching the trailer. Thanks for joining me in the live. I was super nervous about the live, but it actually worked out really well. I'll post this in my IGTV after this goes out. So you guys can go back and look at it. I don't know, and like people can see it, just to document it. So, and if you guys see me like looking back and forth, because like I'm preparing to study for my exam while ending this stream. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Have a good night. Yeah, bye.